This video will be dedicated to an extraordinary spider we know as the Grammostola rosea, scientific name, also called the Chilean rose, the common name. This spider was first described by Walkenaer in 1837. The native habitat of the Chilean rose comes from the borders of the Atacama Desert in southern Peru and northern Chile. But interesting enough, this species is a bit unusual among tarantulas in that it occurs naturally in at least 3 different color forms, sometimes also referred to as color morphs. For a while, enthusiasts thought that each color form was a different species, even calling the copper-colored form Grammostola cala. However, over the last several years, all of the several color forms have been reported to arise from the same egg sac, strong evidence that these are all merely variants of the same species. The lifespan of the Chilean rose species is somewhat undetermined. The Chilean rose tarantulas have not been kept in captivity long enough for us to make anything more than a wild guess at the maximum lifespan. They've only been imported in many numbers since the 1990s, but a reasonable guess might be 20 to 40 years. That could mean that some of these Chilean rose tarantulas you see in your local pet shop may have hatched out of the egg sac from the late 1960s. And that's amazing to me. If the spider accidentally falls, the spider can be mortally wounded. And this is a classic example of a tarantula losing its grip. Fortunately, what I did here for a safety measure was that I filled this 10-gallon aquarium halfway with substrate. Filling the 10-gallon aquarium halfway with substrate will limit the space the tarantula has if it accidentally falls from the top of the cage. I originally acquired this innovative concept from Rob C., the Tarantula Guy 1976. And basically it requires the use of 2 small disposable deli containers. One acts as a holder and the other container holds the water. When the water needs to be changed, simply remove the second cup and replace with a new one. For some reason, these spiders do not burrow in captivity, like they do in their native habitat. Maybe this has something to do with these spiders living outside of those extreme environments, and they feel that it is no longer necessary to seek protective shelter. Anyways, shelter should be provided in case the spider feels necessary for privacy. Being that the Chilean rose requires very minimum humidity levels, the cage should be kept with an open, screened, or well-ventilated top. As with New World species, the Chilean rose does have and will use its urticating hairs as a defensive mechanism if the spider feels threatened or provoked. I have only experienced my Chilean rose disperse the urticating hairs once, and that's documented on an earlier video when I removed her egg sac, which she just spent the last 45 days protecting. So now I'm going to cover a few guidelines when it comes to feeding your spider. Tarantulas are very efficient at processing their food, and part of this comes from the low activity and energy these spiders expend. So on this note, you should only feed your spider once a week. Of course, slings or baby tarantulas you can feed every 2 or 3 days. Overall, The Chilean rose tarantula has proven time and time again to be a very formidable candidate for the perfect beginner spider. They are hardy, they are docile, they are inexpensive. You don't have to worry about humidity like you do with most other tarantulas. And they are common in the pet trade, well, at least for now. My understanding is that CITES is looking to ban the export of this magnificent spider. And if this happens, expect the prices to skyrocket. Just like the Mexican redknee, the Brachypelma smithi, did in the mid-1980s. So I hope this care sheet video has been some help to my YouTube viewers. And good luck to you, and thanks for watching.